for joining Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Upsilon Epsilon Omega Chapter's Pink Out Holiday Expo. In part 1, we are excited to have a conversation with Dr. Lisa Williams, owner of the World of EPI. Before we start, we'll have a quick word from UEO's chapter president, Kendra Brown.
Hello, I am Kendra Brown, the president of the Upsilon Epsilon Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and I bring you greetings on behalf of our international president, Dr. Glenda Baskin Glover, and our North Atlantic Regional Director, Mary Bentley Lamar. Upsilon Epsilon Omega chapter has served the Baltimore County community since 1994 and is truly delighted to remain of service to all mankind and to our sisterhood as we continue uplifting and empowering our community. The conversation that you are about to hear will focus on Target 3 of our international program, Building Your Economic Legacy, and specifically entrepreneurship and the Black Dollar 365. This initiative highlights and promotes successful African-American-owned businesses with an aim towards spawning new entrepreneurial ventures in our communities by encouraging intentional support and leveraging the power of the Black Dollar 365 days a year. We sincerely thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, Ms. Brown, for your opening remarks. I'm Lauren Jones, the lead for UEO's Target 3, Building Your Economic Legacy. Tonight, we are spotlighting Black-owned businesses and which have products and services that will help you with your holiday shopping. We hope that you'll learn more about these companies and that they'll help make your holiday shopping easier and from the comfort of your own home. We begin tonight first with an interview with Dr. Lisa Williams, the creator and owner of the World of Entertainment, Publishing, and Inspiration, also known as the World of EPI, the largest Black-owned multicultural doll company in the U.S. She created the World of EPI with the mission of spreading joy by providing children with dolls that inspire dreams, promote intelligence, and build self-esteem. Dr. Lisa received her bachelor's degree from Wright State University, a master's in research development, and a doctorate in philosophy, marketing, and supply chain from Ohio State University. Her career began as an assistant and associate professor at Penn State University. From there, she became a professor and Orrin Harris Chair of Logic at the University of Arkansas. She is truly an inspiration and a powerhouse. Dr. Lisa has accomplished many historical firsts. She is the first female professor to receive a multi-million-dollar endowed chair. She is the first African-American professor to earn tenure at Penn State University. And she is the first African-American to receive a doctorate in logistics. Dr. Lisa is also a published author of several children's books, as well as a book entitled Leading Beyond Excellence, Discover How to Achieve Leadership Significance and Your Personal Dreams with 7 Practical and Spiritual Steps. We are eager and excited to have Dr. Lisa with us. Dr. Lisa, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us this evening as we celebrate our holiday Pink Out Black Business Spotlight Part 1. We're kicking off the holiday season with a focus on the World of EPI. Welcome, Dr. Lisa.
Oh, thank you, Sora. We're so honored. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here.
Excellent. We are happy to have you. So let's start back where it began. Tell us a little bit how you began into this journey of the world of Black dolls.
Wow. Well, it was not planned. I was a college professor and I was actually enjoying it. I was the first African-American to get a PhD from the Ohio State University. And I was doing quite well. I was the most successful, highest ranking person in my field. So things were going fantastic. And then as life would have it, one day I was sitting down watching a documentary and they were updating the doll study. Now we all know the Kenneth and Mamie doll. Yeah, we know that doll study in the 50s and 60s where they asked beautiful Black children, what doll do they want to play with, the Black doll or the white doll? So back then, Jim Crow era, discrimination, etc. Most of the children, all of the children said they wanted to play with the white doll. No surprise. Well, I'm actually watching this study in 2000 and I'm kind of mindlessly watching it because I'm like, I know what they're going to say. At this time, we had a Black president, a beautiful first lady, gorgeous children in the White House. I'm like, they're going to say they want to play with the black doll. Yes. But then I saw it and I'm almost about to choke up again because she didn't pick the black doll. The beautiful Black little girl picked the white doll. And they asked her, why did you pick the white doll? And she said, because the black doll's skin is nasty. And then wait, Soror, and this one really broke my heart. She touched her hand as to indicate that her skin was nasty too.
Oh my goodness.
And I cried then and I cry today because no child should ever feel that they are less than, and no one should not understand and see the beauty, the inner glow of their skin. And so from that day, I started the World of EPI.
So what was your vision when you created your first line of dolls? And tell us what that first line of dolls was.
The first line of doll was positively perfect. And I didn't know nothing about making no dolls. I mean, this was truly a labor of love. I didn't know where you went, how you started it. I didn't know if they were made out of porcelain or vinyl. I mean, I knew less than nothing. But that little girl pierced my heart so that I was driven to figure it out. And I was driven to make that first line. So the first line was called Positively Perfect. They are still with us today. They are still very popular. They're still winning awards, and they're going to be in a couple upcoming holiday films. So we're super excited about that. Yeah. So that's what started the line. And it was designed so that little girls, we now have boy lines, but little girls could see their beauty reflected back to them in play. So I had deep chocolate skin tone to vanilla cream, and everything in between, so that regardless of what your skin tone was, you could see the beauty in it in the dolls when you were playing.
How important is it that young girls of color, and young boys for that matter, see positive images of themselves in dolls?
Incredibly important, because if we have a child that doesn't see their beauty and their brilliance and their power, then they go through their entire life feeling less than. And as a college professor, I saw it. I would be in a classroom teaching, and I would see beautiful and brilliant children of color, or adults, I should say, of color at that time in college, who just didn't have the confidence to speak up, right? And so they would come to my office and they would know the answers, and I could tell they were brilliant. But in a classroom setting, they didn't feel the confidence. So it's incredibly important. And it carries on in workplace. You know, you don't speak up for yourself in work. It can carry on when you get into relationships. You get into a relationship because you don't value yourself. You find yourself with a person that also doesn't value you, which could just lead to catastrophe. So it's incredibly important. And that's why I feel so honored to be able to do this work.
Tell us how your collaboration with Walmart started.
Ooh, Walmart was my first customer. I gotta say, and give Walmart kudos, that they saw something in me that I did not see in myself. As I said, I was a college professor and I was loving that and having a great time at it. And they had actually come to me before I saw that documentary, and they had said, we would like you to do a line of dolls in the image and likeness of the characters in your books, because I had some children's books at that time. And I said no to them, not once, not twice, but 3 times. I said, no, nothing, making no dolls. No, thank you. But then again, as life would have it, I sat and I saw that little girl. And so literally 3 weeks later, I called him up and I said, hey, I'll do it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll do it. But I'll do it.
Now, you have actually gone to China to meet with the factory that creates your dolls. Why was that so important to you?
Soror, that was incredibly important because I wanted these dolls to be different. It was important to me, and it still is, that they are truly and completely authentic. And so I actually got on a plane, flew to Hong Kong, met with people that I did not know, got in a car with, unfamiliar gentlemen going 90 miles per hour through winding roads that didn't have side rails, holding on me to my white knuckles on the chair, like, oh Lord, please. And then it hit me. You are in a foreign country. You don't know where you are. You can't tell anybody how to come and get you. You don't even know their names of the men who drive me the car. It hit me then how vulnerable I was in. But that's how much I was led to make sure that that little girl and all little girl and boys have dolls that reflect who they really are.
And so as a part of that, what was the mission when you got to China to do? What were the things that you were so avid about that they had to do to make sure this line was correct?
Oh my goodness. Well, I got there. And like I said, I didn't realize how vulnerable I was. And then until I started saying to them what I wanted. And I wanted to say, I want the sculpt to be unique, one of a kind. I'm going to create, it's going to be a work of art, and it's going to reflect the beautiful features in children of color. I want the skin tones to be custom blended. I want unique and special texture hair, all the things that make a doll authentic. And they looked at each other, and then they looked at me and they're like, no, 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 we have plenty of sculpts in this room here. We'll go in there and bring you some. And I'm like, no, no, no. Our children deserve better. We have to have better. So no, I'm going to create this doll from the ground up. They initially told me no, but I was very adamant because I was like, I am here to do this the right way, to do it authentic, do it from my heart. No, I don't have a picture that I can say, I want that doll to look like this picture. What I have is the image in my mind of all the beautiful little girls at that time and how I want them to have a doll that they can play with and see themselves reflected back. So basically, and eventually I wore them down, thank goodness, and they agreed to do the line of dolls for me.
So tell us about the different lines of dolls that you have as a part of your collection.
We have grown. I'll talk about being blessed. We're so blessed. We started out with Positively Perfect, and we had one 14-inch and one 18-inch doll. Now we've grown into, oh my goodness, I can't even count the number that I think we have like 8 14-inch dolls now, and we're constantly growing. We have the 18-inch Diva collection, and then we introduced our Fresh Squad collection, which is everybody's favorite. And then of course we have the Fresh Dolls, which are the girls of the Fresh line.
How has the response been for your line of dolls?
Unbelievable. I tell you, when I first started with the Fresh line in particular, we put them on the shelf. You know, we went through retailers and we got them on shelf. And I just thought people would, you know, pick them up. Hopefully I was praying that they would pick them up. I did not realize that there would be this attraction to the dolls, that people would actually resonate with them. And so the response has been overwhelmingly positive, just heartwarming, and I'm just so grateful because the community has really wrapped their hearts around this, all of the collection of dolls that we have.
How has the climate for the demand for multicultural dolls changed in the last few years?
Oh, it has changed significantly. And sadly, I will say it has changed because I'm about to cry again. I get emotional. It has changed because of the sacrifices that many of our brothers and sisters like George Floyd and others, right? Breonna Taylor, et cetera. I'm not going to cry. But because of that, their sacrifices, there's more attention to the need for diversity in the doll collection and as well as in other areas. So that has brought greater attention to us. So again, just immense gratitude for the sacrifices that so many in our community have made for now the majority of the community to start saying, hey, there is something lacking here. And we do need diversity in every area. And it happens to also be in the area of the toy market and in the dolls.
Are you ready for some holiday shopping? UEO knows the perfect gift for the little ones in your life. The World of EPI offers various diverse dolls that kids are sure to enjoy. The collections offered include Positively Perfect dolls, the Fresh Dolls, the Fresh Squad, Simply Fresh Dolls, and Vivid Doll Collection. The dolls are available for purchase at Family Dollar as well as online. For more information, please visit www.thefreshdolls.com. And now, back to our program.
What words of encouragement can you give our viewers who, like you, may have a vision and they want to do something, they see a need out there, but they just don't know how to take that next step? You saw something that impacted you and it caused you to create the World of EPI. What can you give in terms of encouragement to others to do the same?
You know, I know it's going to sound simple and you probably heard it a million times, but do not give up. have faith in yourself, or have faith in a higher power, which is how I managed to make it day by day. It is not easy. I cannot count the number of times people have told me this won't work, you shouldn't do it. Something must really, people thought there was something wrong with me because I left a very lucrative career, as a full multi-million-dollar endowed chair where I would work 2 days a week for 9 months out of the year. I had several doctoral students. I left all of that to go out on my own, and people were thinking something must be wrong. But when your heart speaks to you, follow it. It may seem like it's crazy to other people, but as long as you follow your heart, it will not lead you wrong. There's a famous quote I'd like to share real quick, and that is, for those who cannot hear the music, those dancing seem to be insane. And so if you think about that, if you would turn the music off on a video and you saw it, they would look like they're crazy. That's how I appeared to people, because they didn't hear the music. But the thing is, they really weren't required to hear the music. Only I had to hear the music, and I had to believe that the music was coming from a divine source and follow that. And I had to believe that no matter what, it would not leave me. And from that day to this day, that is true. There have been hurdles and challenges, and I've fallen down and I've bruised my legs and I've made mistakes. But one thing that's never faltered is my faith and my determination to make the lives of our children a little bit better.
Excellent words. Your dolls were also selected as one of Oprah's favorite things in 2020. I was so excited for you. Tell us about that experience. How were you notified? And what was the results of being selected as one of Oprah's favorite things?
Oprah is a role model to so many of us. I admire what she has accomplished in her lifetime, and I am particularly drawn to her philanthropy. I want to give back so much to people, communities. And so for her to recognize something that I had created, and originally I created these on my living room sofa, right? Remember, I was watching television when I saw the little girl on television. So from there, I started creating dolls in my living room on a sofa. So for something that I started in my living room on my sofa to be even known about by Oprah, let alone for her to look at them and say, how about these are my favorite things. It's in some respects, it's still unbelievable.
It was an awesome tribute to a fabulous collection. So what's new and on the horizons coming out of the World of EPI?
Oh my goodness, there's so many things. I so wish I could tell you. I mean, there are so many things that are like mind blowing. Another thing that I have to keep pinching myself to say, this is real and this is your life, because it's just so many wonderful things. But what I will say, and what I can say, I guess, is that we are increasing our World of EPI items. So that's Fresh Squad, Positively Perfect, and the Divas and the Toddlers. We will be continuing to expand in our diversity and in our hair textures and our skin tones and fashions. We're going to continue to expand into our fashion line. And we're going to be doing some other really fantastic things that we're super excited about.
Excellent. Well, I could go on and on with tons more questions, but we want to be cognizant of your time as well. Do you have any parting words that you would like to leave our audience with before you leave?
I would just like to say, when you have a passion to do something, do it. And don't let anyone dissuade you, including your own mind, because sometimes your mind will tell you, you can't do that. You don't have the experience to do that. You don't have any education to do that. Well, I did not have any money. I didn't have the education in this area. I did not have any contacts. I did not have any mentoring. But what I did have was a strong desire to make sure that that little girl no longer saw her skin tone as less than the beauty that it is. And that is what has driven me. So when your heart speaks to you and gives you a direction, follow it. Do not try to figure out how it's all going to work out, because you can't. But what you can do is take a step every day towards your goal. And then you'll look back at one day and you'll say, I was Oprah's favorite thing. I mean, life happens just like that. Just don't give up.
Excellent words of advice. Thank you so much, Dr. Lisa, for joining us this evening. We wish you and the World of EPI nothing but the best in all of your future endeavors, and we'll be on the lookout for more of your collection in various stores. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you so much, Soror.
And we are not finished. We will continue with our holiday pink out, Black Business Spotlight, as we now feature several vendors who will provide you with information about their company and some of the products that they have available for your holiday shopping needs. The links to these vendors will be available throughout the pink out and will also be available in the chat. Please support each of these vendors, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of Holiday Pink Out.
It's arson.
Ever been hurt? Felt alone? Gone to a place of worship seeking help and run into the wrong person? What causes people to be injured in the church environment? The church is a place of refuge. Leaders need guidance to help them minister to God's people. As Christians, we are saved by the shed blood of our Lord Jesus Christ. Giving God's love to others is an interactive book that can guide you on how to show Christian love behavior to all people. Giving God's love to others is a great resource for leaders and parishioners. Let giving God's love to others help you show the love of God in the humblest way you can.
Wicks and Moods is a family-owned small business based in Houston, Texas. As aroma enthusiasts and lovers of home decor, we started creating candles to relax and unwind with scents that are fresh and unique. Not only did we want fragrances unlike the typical store-bought candles, we wanted something safe for our loved ones, which is why we use non-GMO soy as opposed to paraffin. Did you know that most candles in brick and mortar stores are made with paraffin, which is a derivative of petroleum? Petroleum can cause respiratory problems or aggravate existing symptoms such as asthma. Wicks and Moods candles are also made with clean scents consisting of only phthalate-free fragrance oils and pure essential oils that do not contain any toxic ingredients that are harmful to your health. But we didn't stop there. In addition to a safe and great smelling candle, we also created our scents to include uplifting moods like The Snuggle is Real, made with relaxing lavender and cedarwood. Turn off your phone, crawl into bed, and dare anyone to bother you.
or our soothing Hail Mary Jane, made with cannabis and jasmine. Enjoy life. There's plenty of time to be dead. Want to add something more decorative to your space? Our limited edition inspiration line is a perfect fit. Each candle includes an inspirational quote in beautiful gold foil on a sturdy ceramic vessel. In addition, we create designs to celebrate sororities, clubs, and organizations, holidays, and special occasions. And don't forget, our home fragrance line includes diffusers and room sprays for a convenient way to freshen up any space.
Hello, my name is Sharon Marcy Galloway, and I am the owner and creator of Boss by Marcy. I'd like to thank Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated for allowing me to participate in the Black Business Spotlight. Boss by Marcy is a line of body care products consisting of body butters, oils, and scrubs. Boss was created by my frustration of buying products over the counter that did not moisturize, nourish, or make me feel soft. I decided that I would create my own line, and this way I would put nothing but the products that I knew for sure that was good for your skin, nourish your skin, and also make you love your skin. Boss products are all natural and contain no alcohol. Now I'd like to introduce you to my 3 top sellers. The first is Cover Me With Sugar. It is a brown sugar body scrub made with high quality carrier oils, essential oils, and fragrance oils. The next one is the Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus whipped body butter is made with high quality shea butter, high quality carrier oils, and essential oils. The third one is lavender. The lavender is made again with all high quality carrier oils, essential oils, and fragrance oils. In my closing, I'd like to thank Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated for inviting me to participate in the Black Business Spotlight. Boss by Marcy is always grateful for your support. I can be found on all social media outlets. Thank you.
Thank each of our vendors this evening for participating. We hope that each of you in the audience learned more about each business and their products, and that you are able to find something for your holiday shopping list. We have a brief survey that we will put a link on the screen, along with putting it in the chat, that we asked you to take a few minutes to complete. Now, to provide our final remarks, we will have the Vice President of UEO, Dr. Nakia Showell, close out our holiday pink out. Dr. Showell.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Nakia Showell, Vice President and Program Chairman of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Upsilon Epsilon Omega Chapter. We want to thank all of you for joining us this evening of our annual Pink Out Holiday Expo. On behalf of the Upsilon Epsilon Omega Chapter, we want to thank our guest of the evening, Dr. Lisa Williams, owner of the largest Black-owned multicultural doll company in the world. Thank you for gracing us with your presence and, importantly, sharing the critical steps of your journey to being such a successful business owner. We are absolutely honored to feature a business leader with such passion, perseverance, and innovation. We also want to thank our lead for today's event and of our Building Your Economic Legacy program initiative, Ms. Lauren Jones. Please join us for our upcoming events. Tomorrow, join the UEO College Admissions Process #CAP team as we host a virtual Zoom workshop on the college application process featuring the Common Black College app. Also tomorrow, our Us Walking Club continues weekly Saturday morning walks. The weather may be changing, but we are continuing to move. Join us tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. in the Arundel Mills Mall for some wonderful exercise. This month is National Family Caregivers Month. Join us as we celebrate and support the amazing caregivers in our families and communities across the country. Further information on these and all of our events can be found by following us on our social media websites and our website, www.akaepsilonemega.org. Again, thank you for joining us and have a safe and wonderful evening.
Thanks so much for joining us this evening. If you would like to stay in the know with all UEO is doing in the community, please visit our website at www.aka-omega.org. You can also find UEO on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, all at aka_UEO. Thank you again and have a good night.